Hey, how you doing? Scott here from Scott's Bass Lessons. Hope you're well. If you haven't checked out the website yet, make sure you do so straight after this lesson, because there's literally hours and hours of lessons just like this, all for free. This week I'm going to be talking about a problem bass players have that's kind of in line with how we learn the instrument and the role that we have to cover within any ensemble, really. What you'll find as you're learning the bass is that you start to view chords and harmony, as it were, from the root upwards. Okay, so if somebody, and that's because we always play the root, right? If it was a 2-5-1 in the key of C major, which is what we're going to be doing this week, which is, I'll just tell you the chords, it's D minor, D minor to G7, to C major 7, so when we're playing a bass line over that, we're kind of generally going and we're thinking D, G, C. I'm thinking G. I'm thinking roots. I'm thinking up from the roots. So the first thing in my mind is the root, and that's cool. But when it comes to soloing, because as bass players we're kind of programmed to think about the root all the time, it means when we solo, we tend to, or a lot of people tend to, start their phrase from the root, and it's simply because we're just programmed to do that. We've just done that for so long. For the years that we've been grooving away, we've always been thinking about roots. So we need to break away from that, because if you start every phrase on the root, it doesn't sound above the harmony. It sounds, it sounds a bit stodgy sometimes. It's cool to start it on the root sometimes, but not all the time. A lot of my students, when I try and get them to solo around a 2-5-1, for instance, their first phrase over the D minor could sound like, which is cool, starting on the D, but then they'll automatically go down to the G, and they'll start it on that G, on the root note, or and then the C. I'm sure you know what I mean. You feel a lot more comfortable heading to that root, and that's your starting point. So if it was D minor, G7, C, you're going to think D minor, and then everything related with that D minor, and then you're going to jump to the note of G, and then you're going to jump to the note of C. So we need to break away from that. So how do we do it? Well, there's a real simple exercise that you get a backing track, just playing D minor, G7, C major 7. It could be any chords, but this is what we're going to work on today. So the backing track just plays D minor, G7, C major 7, and we just hold the fifths to start with and get used to that sound and get used to not jumping to the root, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backing track on and I'll talk you through this exercise. It's really easy, and I think it's going to make a big difference to your playing. If you want to download this backing track, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the link below this video. It will take you through to a page and you'll be able to download it for free there. Or if you're watching this on Scott's Bass Lessons, it is right underneath this video. Check it out. Download the PDF and the backing track right now. Take it easy. I'll see you in a minute. So here we go. 2 chord, D minor, 5 chord, G7, 1 chord, C major, 2 bars. So D minor for 1 bar, D minor, G7 for 1 bar, and C major for 2 bars. So if we were soloing from the roots, it would sound like this. G, and then to the C. So my phrase would start on the root. There I am, always going for that root again. Once more. D, G, C. So for the first exercise, I just want you to hold the fifths of the chord while the chord goes by. So the fifth of D is an A, so you hold it like this, so fifth of G, the fifth of G, C, let's say and play it. Fifth of D, the fifth of G is D, and then the fifth of C. Ooh, I love that. Once more, fifth, fifth, actually we'll do it once more. Fifth of D, fifth of G. So I'm really trying to hear, and now this is the main part of the exercise. I'm going to try and start my line on the fifth of every chord. Now you wouldn't do this on a gig, it's just a great practice tool to get you to try and move away from, running to that root all the time. So, let's try it, check it out. G7, C major 7. So I'm going to start the phrase on the fifth of the chord. Here we go. D minor. I'll play it less complicated. Fifth, 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 fifth of D, fifth of G, fifth of C, fifth of D, carried away, and now I'm running to the roots. We'll do it once more. Fifth of D, fifth of G, fifth of C, so hopefully there you'll be able to see what I'm trying to get over, even though I mucked it up myself even. Yeah, just try and get away from the roots. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. You feel inclined to run to that root and then start your phrase, so trying to break away from that is quite essential, and being able to hear, this is the key as well, being able to hear the phrase starting on a different note other than the root is a real key thing as well, because at the minute there's probably a huge chance that you actually hear all the phrases starting from the root, so actually getting used to that, breaking away from that, situating every phrase around the root is really important. And I've only done it with the fifths today. You should do it with the thirds, the sevenths, the ninths, 11ths, 13ths. Try and expand everything I'm giving you. This is important as well. You shouldn't just practice the stuff I'm giving you. Try and expand these exercises yourself in your own time. Hopefully you've enjoyed this lesson. If you have, just click that like button underneath this video. I will love you forever. And make sure you go over to the website, subscribe, because if you subscribe to the newsletter, you get free exclusive lessons that aren't on YouTube or the website. They're just they're saved especially for my subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. And other than that, take it easy. Keep an eye out for more lessons coming soon. I'll see you soon. Take it easy and get in the shed.
Thank you.